that? Maybe it doesn't work that way on Magic Online? That does sound accurate, even if you had like a flashback, sudden. He's just going for it. Now, I could tutor for an answer to the Ascension, which next turn I may have to. Wear Tear, or we'll see if we get another turn. That's always the question. Is this an empty the Warrens? Then we need like a top deck Jace. Looks like Warrens to me. We have goblins? We do. Okay. Okay, let's see what we can do. I mean, if he had the Warrens already in hand, if he drew into it, maybe there was something we could have done. We'll see if we can beat it. I mean, we did take game one. We are up on time as well. I mean, the only way we win this at this point is I go upstairs with the burn. This is 20. I'm at 18. He's at 9. Helix. Oh, Cryptic. Fantastic draw. I will take that. Yeah, like a Cryptic tap. I can get in with the snap and we're not toast. This Warren's look mad empty. Yeah, we're fine. I mean, we're not fine, but like, maybe we're okay. I would even just like Cryptic the snapback to my hand, and then I have Helix, Helix, Helix. Or no, Helix, Helix. Alright. If only we had Beck, I know, right? The Pyroclasm was hot tech. We considered it heavily, by the way, Barkeem, the tutorable sweeper effect. Seven says I'm supposed to untap the Ascension. You think so? Probably I was supposed to. That's true. I mean, he did draw a Metamorphose. There's a lot of value he's getting off this. That's very true. That's true. That's a true statement. Yeah, you're right. I'm probably supposed to bounce it and then draw. I almost like, though, just like tap. Hang on a second. Like, I almost like... I mean, if he ends up hitting another Warrens, it's an issue, or a Grape Shot, but... Isn't there a merit to just drawing off the Cryptic and hitting more burn and just winning? Oh, day 2, Vigilvers. It's only because I like to be pre-boarded against Abzan and burn. What? Ball says still just tap Band Snow. I mean, my hope is he doesn't spike it, but that's ambitious. 7 says you still should bounce. I mean, we already missed our chance really to bounce the Ascension. I guess, in fairness, in response to me trying to bounce the Ascension, he still would have fired off the Metamorphose. It's just a matter of if he drew it this turn or not. You could get an Anger off the top. O'Doherty says there's definitely merit to just trying to brawl more burn. I think so too. We definitely have to tap Boswell. I mean, we're kind of just hoping he bricks on these, which they never do, but... Johnny says I have $16 worth of brain stuff in your what? Brain's that expensive? I doubt it. It's a pretty foolish play we're doing, right? Thinking that they're not going to draw into more gas with an active Ascension. It's probably a bad idea. 7 says it's good though, at least he loses the mana. What, from the additional Metamorphose? Tap Helix, hope he has nothing. Pretty much. I think that's... I mean, like, remember, this is still just... We did take game 1, there is one more game to be played even if we lose this one. Stuff related to building brain? Oh, okay. Okay, there goes the mana. Maybe he thought I was bluffing about the Cryptic. I mean, I really wasn't. I was considering the Cryptic. Let's tap draw. Hope that the Snapcaster attack and some burn is enough. We draw some more burn or a sweeper. We did bring in 2 Angers. He's going to go off with Tono Gobbles on the board. Oh yeah, we might be seeing him flashback the Empty the Warrens. Time is not on his side though, so maybe we're okay with him trying to combo off here a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just... Okay, he's got a grape shot. Going after my Snapcaster in my face, I assume. If he's got a grape shot into Passion Flames, we're dead, but otherwise maybe we'll top out of this mess. But yeah, this is a spot where the tutorable Pyroclasm is amazing, but there's a lot of places where Pyroclasm just doesn't do enough in Modern. It's one of the reasons we kind of stayed away from it. Commandeer doesn't help us here. Is there something I can tutor up that just like helps us here? Yeah, I'm at 14. It's lethal no matter what I do, correct? Because we could go to 17, but this is still lethal. Even if I hit one of the goblins, I think we're still dead. Is there something spicy I can tutor up here? I don't think so. I don't really want to show him that I can tutor for a way to remove the Ascension. I'm sure he assumes we can, but... Check the deck list. I don't think so. I don't think there's a way to get out of it. And we're just wasting seconds of precious, precious time. If that's the case. I can't think of a way. If we were still running the one of Pyroclasm, that's an answer, but we cut it. It just wasn't impactful enough, but there are places for it. This is not the list. That's double purge. Must have been this one. Hang on. Let's do this. Can I look at the deck list? I can't from there. Can I look at it from here? I guess you have to find the one that we took. This is not it either. It's halfway in between this one, because this is what I took to the GP, and then what I plan on playing in the future. So I actually can't look at our list right now. But I don't remember putting in the Pyroclasm. Should I tutor? I don't think there's a Pyroclasm. I'm like 99.9% on that one. We can crack the strand and look. I'm like 99 point, like, yeah, it's not there. But we could, like, in the future, maybe run a split of Egg or Pyro. It's fine. Nope, you're dead. Use their combo on them. No, the thought process behind that Commandeer was actually to take the Ascension if he gets us to tap out. That was my thought process. What's up, Goblin Guy? They actually don't run answers to their own unless they're gonna run like a God, I almost wanted a Verdict there. No, you don't want a Verdict. Are we still sideboard bug? No, we're not. Okay. Relic. Thank you. Okay. I mean, Romand's not all that exciting in the matchup outside of, like, you get to... Okay, Snares, Bolts, Relics, Purge, Negate, Remand, Muddle, Shocks, Helix, Wise, Anger, Jace. I like okay. Like, unlike the girls, he does a good job answering the wide strategies, and I like him because he's less heavy than the Verdict. Probably thinks you here you don't tutor? Yeah, I don't think so. I didn't see any artifact hate, by the way. I'm not saying he didn't have any. I almost want to bring it back in. I didn't see any artifact hate out of my opponent. At all. I did great, One Biologist, day 2. Apparently somebody wrote about us in a Star City article. Anyway. So that's cool. Yeah, good luck, Sartago. Just trying to think what I want to cut here. Probably this one. Okay. Its best mode is the sacrifice, not the copy or counter mode. Yeah, it was a good time, One Biologist. I had a lot of fun meeting you guys in person. Did you not watch the debrief? It was my last video. I think I'm mulligan that. Keep this one, maybe. How's it going, Synth? Staticaster's great. I like it okay. We were going to run a Staticaster in the board, and I cut it probably like the week before the GP. But I certainly like it okay. No, they haven't, Shimeon. We're F6 here. It's definitely way down the list. Oh, the debrief. You definitely should watch it if you haven't. It went well. It did go really well. Unfortunately, now we have to stick on probably W mode here for the rest of this match. Just pass until you can make a move, basically. Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, it does not help versus the grape shot, for sure. I think it's worth just paying and not using up the remand. We'll leave the remand for Snapcaster Mage. No Simian Spirit Guide, please. Okay. Oh, he did have the land drop. Huh, okay. Yeah, GP Charlotte went great, briefly. Day 2'd. I didn't get a deck tech, but that's because there was no coverage. But I did get an article. Not this one, by the way. There's a guy from Wizards that really liked the deck. He said in exchange for my Grizzlebrains list, he would write about the article, or write about my my BB&T list. If that doesn't say cryptic, I don't know what does. Yeah, it was a blast. I loved meeting some of you guys, some of you guys. I enjoyed meeting you guys in person. It really was fun. It really was fun. Going to 11. Okay. Assuming this is Empty the Warren's hand. Just scary. Hang on a second. If it's an Empty the Warren's hand, if I counter this muddle, he can't actually resolve his empty. If I actually counter this, unless he has another ritual behind it. Which is possible. He might have the super nuts. Just fine. I'm going to bank on that. I'm going to try to cut him off the mana to cast the empty he's trying to go for. He already made his land drop this turn. Oh, Blood Moon. Jeez. Okay. Well, neither of these would have countered the moon. In fairness. Bob says snare it. I mean, neither of those would have countered a moon. And yes, the spell snare does counter rituals too. Now, if you're sitting there like, no, BrewSpy, you could have played around Blood Moon. No, I couldn't. This is the first fetch land we've seen. Our draw was Vents, Sulphur Falls, Mountain. So this is actually the first fetch land that we saw this game, unfortunately. And we run heavier on fetch land than a lot of blue-white red will. I run 3. 7 says no, snare is more important. I think so. We can draw out of it though. Commandeer, cool. So I can still play a little bit of magic here. But there's only so many. Oh, I could have commandeered the Blood Moon.